So Kamala Harris may or may not have used a teleprompter in her latest Univision Town hall. This clip is going viral and it displays text on a screen before quickly going out. The general consensus is that she did. However, the moderator denies that claim, saying it was his introduction in Spanish. But what I find hilarious about this is that this wouldn't even be a conversation if we didn't have evidence that her debate performance was scripted. If we didn't see all these interviews from her highly edited like 60 minutes, and if we didn't know they were trying to suppress Kamala to speaking to the American people because of how awful she is at speaking. So I'm going to go on the side of she was using a teleprompter. But let's get into one of the questions everybody wants to know. What was the process of kicking Biden out of the White House?
Right now leaning towards Trump, but I haven't made a decision. I'm also concerned about the way I feel President Biden was pushed aside.
Oh.
And so close to the elections, I believe these are extraordinary circumstances.
Given how close we are to the election. So, la pregunta, Mario?
And Mario's question?
The question, Mario.
So the question is, how can you clarify this whole process and how you were elected?
Sure. And first of all, thank you for being so candid and allowing me to answer the question. Thank you. President Biden made a decision that I think history will show was probably one of the most courageous that a president could make, which is he decided to put country above his personal interest. And he made that decision. He within that same period of time, supported my candidacy and urged me to run. He and I have been partners for the last 4 years as his vice president to him as the president.
Is it that difficult to simply answer the question without dancing around it? She could have just said straight up, no, Biden wanted me to run. No one kicked anyone out. But she has to elaborate her response into a complete fiction novel, and it's not very convincing. Typically, when someone over-explains themselves, it's a flat-out lie.
And I am honored to have earned the Democratic nomination. I am honored to have the endorsement of people from every walk of life. You will probably find that I probably have a bigger coalition of people who couldn't seem to be more different than each other.
Okay, earned my ass, and bipartisan endorsement also my ass. I think she's referring to the Bush and Cheneys for supporting her, so their oil companies can get more rich for having more wars. She can have all of them. That's nothing to brag about, I promise you.
Who have come together around my candidacy. From 200 Republicans who worked with and for both Presidents Bush, John McCain, Mitt Romney, including Liz Cheney, the former Congresswoman, and her father, the former Vice President, Dick Cheney, who was supporting me. Former members, very senior members of the Generals, of the National Security Community. I have the endorsement of Alberto Lopez recently, who works for the Attorney General. I support people from every background. I don't need this is the reason why. It is incredibly important, and I know you are that we have a President of the United States who honors the oath that they take to support the Constitution of the United States. There is a huge contrast in this election. Donald Trump has said he will be a dictator on day one.
I'm not kidding. This is a 4-minute response to why did she kick Biden out? And this is where we're at right now. Never mind talk about the lack of Democrat process. Let's talk about Donald Trump's joke about being a dictator on day one for wanting to close the border.